Indiana hypnotherapist, indianahypnotherapist.com. We invite you to the website to investigate. We're on the internet as well. I mean, on Facebook, excuse me. And I've invited Paul again to read another review for you so that you will have an opportunity to appreciate the work that we do and the impact that it has on our clients' lives. So, Paul, here we go again. Thank you, dear.
Okay. Michael has had such a profound impact on my life. I came to Mr. Hunt as a referral from a neurologist at Florida State University. I was having psychogenic seizures. I experienced my last full blown seizure my first visit in Mr. Hunt's office. He quickly helped me through the process of discovering the source, reason, and purpose for my seizures and facilitated me in releasing the need and benefit of the seizures. Further, he helped me renew my internal strengths and abilities to cope normally. After a short time, I was handling circumstances I had come to fear and avoid. It truly was a transformation I had never previously hoped to accomplish. I had become afraid I was seizure bound for life. I am so thankful for Mr. Hunt and all his dedication to my full recovery. You've got to be willing to learn and change, and if you are, then there should be nothing stopping you from becoming what you were meant to be.
Signed, Mary Ann.
Yep.
Thank you, Paula. This referral brings to light the fact that the rapid change therapies that are available, like hypnotherapy, NLP, and so forth, are very powerful. I was approached during a networking event by the psychiatrist at FSU who asked me would I be willing to see some of his psychogenic seizure patients. On that occasion, I had not been exposed to the subject, and so Dr. John DeSuris was the man who approached me, and so I just simply said, "Doctor, I need to research this before I can answer your question." And so I did, and then I got back with him. I said, "Yes, there's been a lot of successes. I'm sure because of my knowledge and my therapies that I can help." And so he sent me this first client, Mary Ann. Without reading that again, because you can go back and listen to this referral or this video several times if you'd like, but she did have a full-blown seizure, or started to have one in the office on her first visit. But because of my talent, my ability, my knowledge, I was able to kind of lasso that and then stop it. And she never had another one. But she made a couple of statements in her referral that I would really like to go back and read again. This is what she said. After a short time, I was handling circumstances. Well, excuse me, let me back up. He quickly helped me through the process of discovering the source, the reason, and the purpose for my seizures. Now, a lot of people would not understand that. And certainly from a medical standpoint, that doesn't make any sense. But from a hypnotherapy standpoint, it makes perfect sense that seizures have a beginning point, a source. The seizures, in Mary Ann's case, they had a reason that there was a fundamental need that was being met, that the seizure was satisfying. That was the reason, and then there was a purpose for that. In other words, it had a focused goal in its occurring, in the seizure occurring. And then she says he facilitated me in releasing the need and the benefit of the seizures. And so again, from a medical standpoint, that wouldn't make any sense, but from a hypnotherapy standpoint, when we understand that the seizure is psychogenic, which means it's generated in the psyche, in the mind. Its origin is in the mind, not in the physiology. Psychogenic seizures are not like they're not epileptic seizures, but they appear to be, but they don't have a physical origin. But at any rate, we release the need and the benefit. And then she goes on to say, after a short time, I was handling circumstances I had come to fear and to avoid. And so again, the benefit of our work in your life is it thoroughly infiltrates the issues that have been ancillary issues to your pain and suffering. Mary Ann developed a normal, we would say, a normal coping mechanism to deal with the normal stresses of life, the circumstances, situations. But those circumstances and situations in the past had compounded with the originating issues, so that when additional things came up, she just shut down by virtue of a psychogenic seizure. So, what's the value of that? And what would you do if you knew that that a resolution was just around the corner, and the solution was within reach, and it was just a matter of hours or days away if you were willing to do what was called for? And so it does take courage, and that's one of the reasons we're doing these videos for you. I know as you listen to these and you kind of explore with me the clients and the issues that they've had and the solutions that we've brought for them and how it changed their life. Marianne was basically, she was housebound, and the only time she'd get out of the house was to go to see the psychiatrist at FSU. Well, after she worked with me, she was reunited with an old high school friend, because Marianne was a widow when she came to me. And they developed a relationship, friendship, a relationship. And then before long, they got married. And I was privileged to perform the wedding ceremony for her. But so her life was totally restored. That's why we've used the title Life Recovery Expert. It's not an exaggeration. So we encourage you, click on the Book a Strategy call at the top of the page, look at the calendar, make a decision, and be courageous, and let's get started with you discovering your recovery. So bye for now. We'll talk to you again soon.